Hi guys, welcome to part one of how to make a basic website. So today I'm going to be going over text and images. So I'm using HTML coding and also a little bit of JavaScript and CSS, and I'm using replit.com to write my code. So this is what HTML looks like. You have tags, so you have HTML here, and you have an end tag, which is the same thing, but with a slash right here. You have head and you also have body. And then the HTML part has everything inside of it. So head you can think of as the background, like the inside of the website, while the body is more of what is being projected on to the canvas. So let's run this. So here is my website so far. So let's start with the text over here. So here is where I start the text. All right, so here I have heading or H1 and then the style font family. So let me explain part by part. So the H1 is a heading, a type of heading. So heading 1, there's also H2, heading 2, and then there's also paragraph. And as you go down, so H1 is the biggest, H2 is medium, and then paragraph is the smallest. So let's make this H2 and I'll show you what it looks like. So you can see that it reduced in size. So if we did paragraph instead, you can see that it's really small. So that is what the header stuff does. So that's why I have heading 1, because I want it to be the biggest. And also it's the header. All right, and then the style. So this is basically the font. So if I were to take this font out, just Command X and run, you would see that the font changed. So let's put that back and then run it again. And now you can see that the font again is different. Now I just want to go over the center part. So there's a center before the book recommendation part, and that essentially centers this text. So if I were to take this out, you can see that it would be on the right side, sorry, the left side. All right, so if I went to the back, you can see it is back in the center. All right, now let's go on to this text. So here is where I start this text, and you can see that it's heading 2, and it's smaller because of that. And I also have the center on each side. This is another way you could write a center, so that anything after this heading 2 wouldn't be centered, if that makes sense. All right, so we have that same font thing, and then we have the hello, welcome to my website. So that's what that is. And then we also have italics. So this is a tag that italicizes the text. So here you can see that text is italicized. You can underline it as well. There we go. You could also do 2 things at the same time. Make it that, like that. So be italics and underline. Along with italicizing and underlining, you could also bold. All right, so now that we know the type of text styles you could do, let's move on to image. So this is the image tag that I have. So it ends like this, and you have source equals to, and then in these quotation marks, you have the link of the image. So if you wanted to do, let's say book images. Let's go to images and say I like this one, and that's the other one that I have. Or this one is better, I guess. Go here, double click, and you click copy image address. So you go there and I go back and paste the image link in here and then run it. Right, so here we are. This is our image. And this height and width basically just sizes or scales the image. So if we took that out, ran it, you can see, I guess it's a little bit harder to see. It depends on the size of the original picture. Maybe the height and the width doesn't really matter. So if we run it again, yeah, so you can see the difference here clearly, that it's smaller here, and without it, it's a lot bigger. So that is what that does. All right, so that's it for part 1, where I just showed you how text and image works. See you in part 2.